Two families, one mourning the loss of their son, the other at their child's side as he struggles to recover.
Still has a really far away look in his eyes, doesn't really realize what's going on yet.
Their lives forever changed by the actions of a suspected drunk driver. And today, they say that driver delivered another shocking blow.
He's going to drag our lives through hell for a long time.
A group of grieving parents headed to Spokane Superior Court, hoping the man accused of killing their son and critically injuring another teen will soon be facing justice. But they left the courtroom surprised and angry. Sanchez was behind the wheel of a speeding car that claimed the life of Bailey Roach and left Taigen Balbi with severe head injuries. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey working for you at Providence Sacred Heart, where the Mount Spokane High School student is showing signs of improvement.
And Aaron, while the rest of us were out enjoying a 4th of July weekend, Taigen Balbi's family was continuing their almost around-the-clock vigil inside this hospital's intensive care unit. One of the few times that they'll step away from watching their son for signs of improvement is when the man who allegedly put their boy in a coma makes an appearance in court. Whether it's the hospital or the courtroom, Taigen Balbi's parents are in unfamiliar and unwelcome territory these days. They can count the hours of sleep they get each night on one hand, their son's condition improving, but at a glacial pace.
He's opened his eyes. He's opening his eyes quite often. Still has a really far away look in his eyes. Doesn't really realize what's going on yet.
While the Balbis are encouraged about their son's progress, they are also grieving the death of their son's best friend. The family wears T-shirts in memory of Bailey Roach, who was killed in the June 18th crash. Both were passengers inside this tarped Eagle Talon when Sanchez slammed into their car. Witnesses say Sanchez was driving his Dodge Magnum in excess of 100 miles an hour, calling out the triple-digit numbers on his speedometer.
In his situation where he's calling out the speeds, and the witness in his car is, the best witness we have at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
And that's one reason why the Balbis and Bailey Roach's mother were irritated to hear Sanchez's not guilty pleas today.
Not guilty. A not guilty plea is answered.
Even though arraignments are not the traditional setting for a defendant to take responsibility for their actions, the fact that Sanchez did not, understandably, rub these parents the wrong way.
For him to just plead not guilty is ridiculous. I think he should just man up and take, say, yeah, I was guilty. I knew what I was doing, and I did it, and that's it. But instead, he's going to drag our lives through hell for a long time.
The Washington State Patrol alleges that Sanchez was under the influence at the time of this crash, and today the Balbis seem gratified to know that Spokane County Prosecutor Larry Haskell is about to ratchet up the penalties for DUIs and make it tougher for drunk drivers to enter plea agreements. We'll have that story and the reasons behind it coming up on KXLY4. Reporting in Spokane, I'm Jeff Humphrey.